In this video, I will explain how you can quickly connect your WIX website to Google Analytics 4. Also, make sure that you watch the entire video, because at the end of it, I will show you 4 things that you absolutely must do every time you install GA4 on WIX. To install Google Analytics 4 on a WIX website, you must upgrade your website to any premium plan. Right now, I have a demo website that I've just created, and the pricing plan of that demo website is the cheapest one that allows me to connect a domain, because this is the main requirement. If you want to install Google Analytics, your WIX website must have its own custom domain. I will not be explaining in this video how to connect a domain. If you want, I will post several resources below this video. So in this video, I presume that you have already connected your domain to your WIX website. After you do that, then on the left sidebar, go to Marketing and SEO, and then Marketing Integrations. Occasionally, WIX changes its interface, so if they change their sidebar, you should eventually keep looking for something that says Marketing Integrations. And here you can see various tools that you can install. In this video, I will be focusing on the native Google Analytics integration, and we will be doing that without Google Tag Manager. So in Google Analytics section, click Connect. Then click Add Google Analytics ID, and here you can enter either the old version of the tracking code, which belongs to Google Analytics 3 or Universal Analytics, or you can add the new measurement ID, which starts with G-. So this is related to Google Analytics 4. So we have to get that measurement ID from somewhere. So let's go to analytics.google.com. If you have never used Google Analytics before, it will ask you to create an account and a property. So do that. But if you already have at least one property in Google Analytics 4, then in that property, go to admin and then click either create new account or create new property. If you choose to create an account, you will still be later asked to create a property, because one property means basically one website or a set of websites. Let's click create property, and I will name this something like WIX GA4 demo. Choose your reporting time zone, your currency, but I will skip these options right here, then click next. You can answer these questions and then click create. Now you will be asked to create a data stream. So data stream basically means a source of data through which you will be sending data to Google Analytics 4. Since we are working with the website, we are going to select web. Here you should enter the host name of your website. I will enter my test website. I will name this simply website and then click create stream. Then you will also see this window, but I don't need that, so I will just close it. Instead, I will copy this measurement ID by clicking this icon, and then I will go to WIX and paste it right here. It offers you to anonymize IP, but Google Analytics 4 does that by default, so there is no need to click this checkbox. Or if you want, you can enable it, but it won't change anything. Click Save. Now it will display that Google Analytics 4 is connected. The next step is to test if this is working properly. So in Google Analytics 4, I will close the web stream settings. Instead, I will go to debug view. So you will always find this in admin and then debug view right here. And right now it will show that there are no debug events, but soon you will start seeing the data. Now let's go to your website, and here you should enable one Chrome extension, which is called Google Analytics Debugger. If you don't have it yet, I will post a link to it below the video. So click that link, install the extension, and then when you go back to your WIX website, click this extension. Then it will change to on. So now it means that this is enabled. The reason why we are doing this is because this extension enables data transfer, so that we would also see that in the debug view as well. Because otherwise your data will be coming to your property, but you won't be able to simply debug it in this particular section of the interface. So let's double check if this is enabled. It is enabled. Now I will refresh the page. Oh, by the way, one thing that we need to disable in Google Analytics 4. So we need to go back to the data streams in the admin section, then click on the web data stream, click the gear icon right here in the enhanced measurement section. By the way, keep in mind that GA4 constantly changes. So if you cannot find this right here, it should be somewhere else hidden in the interface. So just keep looking for enhanced measurement and open its settings. And here in the page views section, click show advanced settings and disable this. And then click save, because if you leave this enabled, you might get duplicate page views sometimes. So click save. And now let's refresh the page. Then let's go to the debug view, and then we should start seeing some events, and we already do. So if I click on the page view right here, I will see the page location, for example. And if I go to another page, let's say contact, well, probably we won't see that page view because the page did not reload, but let's check. No, we still don't see it. But for example, if I go to completely different page, for example, shop, then the URL changes to /shop. And now let's check if that data is visible in the debug view. And here it is. We have the page view. And if I click on page location, here is the page. By the way, what is really convenient is that the native Google Analytics 4 integration in Wix is also sending e-commerce data to Google Analytics 4. So for example, here I am looking at the product page. Therefore, we also got the event, which is called view item list. And if I click this and I click items, I see all the products that are displayed to me as a visitor. Now, if I click on the product and go to the product page, then we should expect to see another page view and another event, which is called view item, because then we are looking at an individual item. And here it is. Select content means that I click the product, then view item is the event for that product page view. So if I click items, I'm seeing right now one product. And if I click add to cart, then another event will appear, which is add to cart. Also, the native integration has some additional event tracking capabilities. For example, if I submit the form and click submit right here, a new event will appear here that is called generate lead. Well, form start is because Google Analytics has some additional features of tracking forms. And here is the generate lead. So this means that the form was submitted successfully. And if I click it, I will also see event label, which is the name of the page and what kind of form was submitted. If I submitted the newsletter subscription form, which is somewhere on the homepage, I think, let me check. Yeah, right here, test.com and subscribe. Another generate lead event will appear and its event label will be different. Here we see the name of the form, which is form name subscribers. So as you can see, you will be able to track out of the box not only page views, but some additional events as well. For example, on the homepage, I have this video player. So if I click this, which is a YouTube video player, it will also send a video event to Google Analytics 4. But this is not it. I mean, the basic setup is done, but every time you create a new Google Analytics 4 property for Wix, these are the things that you always have to do. So let's go to Google Analytics. Then in the admin, click data settings, data retention, and then switch from 2 months to 14 months, and then click save. This means that in custom reports, which are also known as explorations, you will be able to analyze data not of the last 2 months, but of the last 14 months. Then, as we saw in the debug view, together with most of the events, Wix is also sending several parameters, which are called event action, event category, and event label. If you want to use them in other parts of the interface, like reports or explorations, you need to register them as custom dimensions. So we need to go to custom definitions in the same admin section, and then click create custom dimensions. Then register event category. The scope must be event, and the event parameter must be exactly like this, event_category. Click save. Then click create custom dimensions again, enter event action, and enter event_action like this. Click save. And finally, click create custom dimensions one more time and enter event label. Scope is event and enter here event label. Click save. So 24 hours after you create these custom dimensions and after you have installed Google Analytics 4 on your Wix website, you will be able to use these dimensions in places like reports or explorations. If you want to learn how to build reports and how to access these data points, take a look at my Google Analytics 4 course, and I will post a link to it below the video. then I would recommend disabling one feature because it does not work in GA4 reliably and you might get some false positives. So I would recommend disabling built-in form tracking. What does it mean is that you will not see events called form submit or form start, but generate lead event will still work just fine. Because if you leave built-in form tracking in Google Analytics 4 enabled, you might see way too many false positives where your form submit events fire when they should not fire. So to have more accurate data, I would recommend going to data streams, click the web data stream, then go to enhanced measurement settings and disable form interactions. Click save. Again, I want to emphasize that this will not affect your generate lead event. Generate lead event, which is right here, you will still continue tracking it properly because this one is sent from WIX. So WIX is responsible for that and this will continue working fine. And the last thing, which normally works well, but on WIX it is not very reliable as well, and that is site search tracking. So go to data streams and go to the website data stream, then click configure and disable site search. The reason why I recommend doing it like this is because if you have this enabled and you, let's say, enter some test keyword in your search and hit enter, you will see that the URL has changed. But if you check the debug view, you will see that the view search results event does not appear. But if I reload the page completely, I mean refresh the browser window, then you will see the view search results event. So it means that some site searches will be tracked and some will not. Here is that event and here is the keyword that I entered in the site search. But again, if the visitor does not reload the browser window, and in most cases he or she won't reload manually the page, these kind of site searches will not be tracked. So instead of using the built-in site search tracking for WIX websites, I would recommend disabling it in the settings. So just do this and then click save. Instead, I would recommend implementing Google Tag Manager for this particular setup. And if you want to learn several options how to track site search with Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics 4, then I will post a link to an additional resource below this video. And that is how you can install Google Analytics 4 on a WIX website. If you found this video useful, hit the thumbs up button below the video. That will help me understand what videos do you like and what should I create in the future. Also, if you want to learn more about Google Tag Manager or Google Analytics 4, then consider subscribing to this channel. My name is Julius, this is Analytics Mania, and I'll see you in the next video.